JH, I am Jasmin. I'm the nurse practitioner who will examine your chest and upper and lower extremities.
Mm-hmm.
But before we go on, I'd like to ask your permission if we can record this on YouTube so that my instructor and my classmates can view it. Is
That's
that
all right.
okay?
I'm
Thank
okay
you.
with that.
Okay then. So we'll start. So before we...
You would like me to lie down?
Yes, please. So his blood pressure was taken on both sides, sitting up and lying down. They were both the same, 110/70, so that's fine. Okay, so we'll first measure the jugular venous pressure. So first identify the pulsation. And if you cannot see it, you can shine a light on this area. But I see JH over here. So I will put this tongue depressor horizontally and try to measure the highest point of the pulsation. And put this on the sternal notch. So it's 1.5, which is within normal. So it's less than 3 cms. So I will have to feel for the carotid pulses. So we have to make sure not to do it up here on the sinuses and not to do it at the same time. It might block his oxygen to the brain. So on palpation, there are no thrills. On the other side, no thrills, so I will have to use my stethoscope. First, using the diaphragm. And the bell. So there's no bruit. So on examination, moving on, his chest, there are no abnormalities. I don't see any heaves nor lifts. On the point of maximal impulse, I can feel it here. So this is the second intercostal space on the right side, where we check for the aortic, and then on the left side, the pulmonic, and then going down, inching down, the second, the third, the fourth, and the fifth is what we call the Erb's point, and then mid-clavicular on the fifth is the point of maximal impulse. If you are unable to feel, we can tell the patient to go supine, and you'll be able to feel it laterally. Okay? So, to auscultate, we'll use both the bell and the diaphragm. Again, on the second intercostal, the right side of the sternum. On the second intercostal, the left side, and then the third, the fourth, the fifth, and mid-clavicular. So here we will note for any murmurs, any splitting, which I do not hear with JH. So I would like him to sit up and then lean forward, and we can check for any aortic regurg. So I don't hear any. So we will now move on to check the peripheral vascular system. So we will inspect, I'm sorry, we have to remove this.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, didn't you?
No worries.
Move the,
Oh, and the sock. Okay, gotcha. Sorry, that's busy. Let's get them tossed.
okay, so first inspect the upper and lower extremities for any cyanosis, any clubbing of the fingers, any edema, which I don't see any. So you'll feel for the warmth on both sides. So they're good. Okay, so I'll check for capillary refill. It blanches, but it easily gets pink, which is good. So there's no clubbing, no cyanosis, no nicotine stain. Okay. So I'd like to check for any bruit in the abdomen, the abdominal aorta. And then we can go both sides. It splits up to the renal arteries. Which I don't feel any. I don't hear any. Also for the femoral. So we can feel for the pulses, for the femoral pulses. So there are no thrills. And then for the popliteal, you can just like that. At the popliteal fossa. And then for the dorsalis pedis. Posterior tibial. There you are. So I will have to do it on the other side also. Let me pull the bed away. Okay. So the dorsalis pedis, posterior tibial, popliteal fossa. Okay. And of course the radial pulses. Okay, good. And the brachial. And also on the other side. Okay, so good. So there are no thrills, no pulsations, no bruise. So that concludes our examination. And for now, you're okay. Good. Everything okay. So you can just come back next year for your annual.
Sounds good.
Annual. Okay. Thank you.